Hi, this is part 2. I'm going to see if I can do the video upload from or while I'm recording at the same time. And then I'll be able to erase the video because they take up too much space. So that was the neighbor where the kids are bringing sandwiches. I heard someone coughing, so now I'm having like a panic attack. Why is there 3 videos? Okay, so this one is still playing. Okay. Today, I took a picture. 146 kilobytes. So I'm just gonna say check in. Check in. Need to learn to do the splits again. Video call. I'll say brief video. Oh, someone called me. Book I was talking about is even the stiffest people can do the. I just decided to capitalize on any splits by Eco, and I don't see any other names. So I have to say that's not for children. I feel really tired, I'm not gonna lie. No, it's not made for kids. So this is a public video. I had thought for a while to do some private, like give someone a link. And you weren't allowed to do anything. If you had a car accident, you can't do any social media. So let's see if I'm still recording. I'm gonna shrink this down. I was gonna actually shrink it all the way, but I don't want to. So we'll see if the kids go outside. You guys could sanitize it. May want to wipe. I'm gonna scare the crap out of him if I tell him to wipe it down. My son would not go get the food, so the neighbors had got some milk and some sandwiches, and my son didn't want. And I don't really want milk and sandwiches. I want some food that's been in like bread that's been in a bag for 10 days, or like not 10 days, or like over 3 days, or lunch meat that's been in a packet sealed for a week, being on a refrigerated truck. Like I'd rather my kids eat that. So I'm taking a real chance. Like this could cause my children, because you want to save $20 to get some free food, this could cause my children to get very sick, because who knows, like restaurant food, cardboard boxes, plastic bags, oh my god. I don't even know. Like, I want to decline it because I don't know. There's too many people breathing on each other in this world right now. We've taken some food, and they were in the packages, and then they went in the fridge in a bag. Well, we were doing that before the quarantine, and they were going into the microwave. Some for my partner. I feel like heat would kill it, the disease. But I'm scared. Like right now, I should have declined and just sent them $20 and said go buy some lunch meat and some cheese and some bread and some mayonnaise. Like my mind thinks I should have. But dear God, please keep my kids safe. What if me getting free food from the neighbor that someone made at a school lunch made my kids sick? Like what if it kills my kids, both of them? Like one or both of them. I'm like so scared right now. But I don't even know. I don't know what to say. I rather not take food from a place. I mean, that it takes one person in one of those places, whether it's a person who checks IDs, a person who touch the door handle, the janitor, that one person could have coronavirus and that could spread to a whole community of people. Just like one person in a church could spread it to most of the church. Anyway, still God help us to have the food. I mean, they keep saying the food is safe, but if people are in lockdown and they're still getting sick, and doctors and nurses are still wearing PPE and they're still getting sick, it feels like this is 99% processed. They're still getting sick. That's the thing. So let's go to an article. Let's just do a random article today. Let's get away from all this hype that I've already keep on checking the same old websites and look for little bits of changes. So let's type in future of, let's just see what happens. Future of lockdown. Let's just call it that. And let's see what pops up. Okay. Economic Times. What is the future of your company? Uses time to up career skills. That's a good idea. Lockdown in Rome. All the lockdowns working in New York. So let's go with the first one. I wasn't expecting that. So this is ET. Coronavirus. It's called Coronavirus Lockdown. What's the future of your company? Uses time to up career skills. I just said that. So this is talking about India. Could be lifted after 21 days or get extended. If the latter happens, the economy will get worse and firms have to shut shop. Here's how to achieve career growth. By ET contributions, date March 30th, 2020, 6:30 a.m. IST, whatever time that is. Engage in the right routines to leverage the lockdown to your benefit. So let me just... it's by Devashish Chakravarly. Chakravarty. So your job will remain or the primary source of your income for the most part of your life. So they're talking about crisis, threats, shutdown. So basically, what are you going to do if you're not able to work and make a living? So people feeling different. So they're at home. What are you going to do? Keep your brain sharp, engaged, weekly projects, team goals. So it sounds like people working from home. So if it gets extended more than 21 days, make plans for the next 6 months to a year. Research or map your industry, research your competition, suppliers, customers, key managers. Macro review. So I'm going to read the rest later. So I'm going to grab a notebook and I'm going to scroll back up and a pen. Let's grab a piece of paper. So, it's finished. I was like, oh no, it was stuck the other day on 99% and went to finish now for the video. So I can erase that. I'm going to go ahead and erase it while I'm on here because that just add more space. You have to go to files for Chromebook. I had to look this up and you have to go to downloads. So that's the one place I didn't look that I thought maybe I should look last week because I didn't. People were filling up their memory and then they couldn't do anything with their computer. Like it was stuck. And like loop, if you max out like 100% of the memory, then you can't do anything. Okay, so I'm going to push stop or I'm going to push delete for the first video. And I have to scroll back up because I forgot. Someone told me not to read anything else. I didn't vacuum today, guys. I gotta empty out the vacuum cleaner for real. Okay, so make a routine. Oh, medium term, short term, medium term, long term. Build. Okay, so if it's medium term for 6 months, if lockdown gets extended further, make plans for the next 6 months to a year. So I'm going to put that 6 months to a year. First, build business. So I'll put a number 1. Business scenarios for post-lockdown. And this is for a team. Will they take your services, pay on time, continue to serve you? So there's a bunch of questions. So number 2 is research or map. I keep saying map or research. Map your industry. So say your competition, suppliers, customers, key managers, read industry journals. My handwriting is really bad right now. Press releases and public financial information. And then macro view. I don't know what. I'll read that part later. So what I was just thinking was I thought a little bit about some colleagues in Maryland that were potentially going through some interesting times. In fact, let's go ahead and email one of those colleagues. I'm going to try to... Sometimes when you use your internet and it's like you click on something or you use your phone and it jumps to something else because either like the change the view or whatever. So I had to go to sent. I don't know why there's 17 emails in sent. It's only for the last few days. Outbox has 3. Couldn't send. Hello, I'm looking for insurance. Okay, oops. I just like X'd it out. Please print insurance cards. Oh crap, I thought this sent. Dang, I'm kind of glad I did that. Please print insurance cards. I accidentally erased one. It was... Alright, so I'll just forget about the... We'll look them up online. We won't contact the competitors. We'll just look them up. So, the thought crossed my mind that I was looking at the dancing flower and the bee. The only half of it works, so I got dropped. I was thinking, what would be the scenario to think about who's within 5 miles of me, who's within 10 miles of me, who's within 20 miles of me, who could help? Now, some people would be, they have the straight up same degree as me. Some people would be, they have a similar degree, but it's completely different. So, like, acupuncturist or massage therapist, chiropractor, but I'm a naturopathic doctor in this state, physician in my other states. So, I'm going to do the short term set up telehealth now. So, combine the documents, because that's the thing, it's all or nothing for me, and save as PDF. Intake documents with one signature. So all you can do is take what I have already, because I overdid it, copy and paste that into one article or into one, however long it is. Get rid of all the extra signatures or have them initial the bottom of each page and then have them sign it. Because that's going to be, that could also be used, printed out and used. That can be used, period. That can be, forget that big stack of papers. I didn't mind that. Someone's like, man, you have a lot of papers. But acknowledgement, privacy, PHI, HIPAA, insurance, permission to do this, permission to do that. There's a lot of permissions given, and that stuff needs to be in their permanent record. Like it needs, and you need to update chat, text message, phone call, phone message to see anyone else do this visit for you or talk to you about medications, and then what's the other one? Video now. And can you leave a message? Just simple things like that. So it's complicated. It establishes the doctor-patient relationship. So what does that have to do with this business scenario? I don't know. Supplier. Okay, I was talking about competition. So you need to be at par or at, like, you need to be at level or better than your competitions. If you're, and it's not about better. You could be the best person in the world as far as your service you put out, but just having it where you can conduct business today. So that would be for more than one business for me. So it would be, I was going to just talk about the doctor, but I'm also a doula, and I'm also a seller. I sell things that I haven't sold in a month, and I'm also a notary, which I haven't done one job, which is only $4 a freaking time you get something notarized. I need to set that up. But I wanted to talk on the video about doctor. And I'm super tired, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. Hormones, sunshine, heat, sweaty, didn't take a shower, everything like that. So I'll go through and write out the other stuff. But all of these are pretty much now online. I mean, some of them are already online, the notaries and the doctors are, and the doulas, they're like expanding, like, you can now do it because we want contactless. I'm still scared the kids are going to get that food. If they don't, God, I was like, I want to pray a miracle that they don't get sick, like, literally. The supplier. So what happened so far, I ordered from one company. I tried to order from another one. My login information was not working. They could not I tried to make a new account, wouldn't let me, because I already had an old account, and I told you guys that they switched. This company bought out the first company, and right on my last order, it told me to make an account with this company, and I did, but I don't know what happened. But I started the order and everything with this account. So basically, I was going through both accounts to get my order, and this time I bought stuff not that long ago, and I think it was last summer or last spring. Considering I've been trying to do this for months. So I didn't buy medical supplies from them. And so I went to a different company. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff, hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. They said that everything that I ordered was in stock. I ordered small amounts. I had ordered from them before. Some of the stuff I ordered, the same thing from them before. And then they're like, well, you're not allowed to change your address. I had sent it to my old home address every other time. All the stuff was sent to my old home address, or my permanent home address. I tried to change it to this home address, and they're like, oh, well, first, we can't just let you randomly change your address. We have to call to confirm that you actually did that. And second, we're not going to send it to residential. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't have an office and all this stuff. So I'm like, fine, send it to my freaking office in Portland, which they've never sent to before. Like, why couldn't they just send it to where my kids are? So by the time they did that, they did it wrong, this and this and this. Then I get an email that says, we're canceling your order because most of the stuff that you ordered is no longer in stock. And I'm thinking in my mind, most of it, why don't you send what is in stock? And so that took like over a week. And I could have ordered from the first company. I could have ordered something from some individual off Craigslist. I could have ordered something from China. It would have got here faster. So that's where I'm coming with that, is the supplier they messed up. I tried to give some in my business after the first one failed, and the second one, I said, let me try this. Now I'm like, I don't have anything. Now it's too late to get anything. That's the problem. It's too late to get anything. Nobody has what I want. So being one step ahead of your competitors, the competitors are getting all the business because they have the personal protective equipment to go do house calls and do COVID-19 swabs in the nose. I missed out. I could still order the test, so I need to look that up. So the short term, what can you do now? I think that story was from India. It sounds like team, corporate type job. What's next? Customers. Keep in touch with the customers. Okay. Send them postcards, send letters, send birthday cards. Okay, so I'm going to write that. Keep in touch. Call. Send cards. So let's contact one of my customers. I have very few that I can read, and I'm going to send a letter to somebody. My daughter is complaining. Okay. This lady can read. She said this is the same milk as what I was when I was in grade school. School lunch. School lunch, literally. We have some here too. With the problem with these, I don't know, you can do it. From the food pantry, though. Ah, gosh. I feel like something sharp. Yours is from school. Our fridge stinks. Dang it. Some of his food is probably not good anymore. I feel bad. Read industry journals, public press releases in public. Some information. Our fridge really stinks. I think it's my kale partly too. It might be meat. I am. Oh, and we had fish on top of those ice cube trays, and now it reeks of fish. And if something went wrong with the fish, we got in an argument and couldn't sleep all night. Something happened with the fish and the trash, and I don't know what. So we're not going to be able to get meat because we don't have a appropriate refrigerator with a freezer. So it's kind of disappointing. Some people sometimes give away freezers. I feel sad today. If you're hello. Dear God, thank you for the relatives and neighbors working together. Just I feel like sad and I feel happy watching the morning shows. I've been not watching the news, so I've been missing the major news ones, but I was watching Today's Show and I got in a habit of it, so now I'm like, oh no. And because there's the Good Morning America one too, I watched a couple times, but I feel like they're trying to like show people dancing and playing music and all this stuff, and people are having this virus and they're in quarantine and they haven't seen their kids, and they show the reunions and they're showing people die. I'm going to put a sunshine emoji, emoji. Sunny, I'm going to put like a sunrise. So, then it's sad because I'm trying to find out more. I went on a walk and I wanted, before and during, I was listening to a woman talking about looking for sunrise. Oh, I don't know the difference between a sunrise and a sunset. I'm going to do this flat one. What do you know about New Jersey? And the only thing I got was this woman who, I think her son was in New Jersey, had coronavirus. He was still young, 20-something or something, millennial, and they said he was still going to the store. So I was like, oh. You should, I don't know if his girlfriend had it or not. I don't know if she got tested. But the viewers obviously were saying, tell your son not to go anywhere. And at first I thought, when I read the comments, I didn't listen that he had coronavirus and she was sending him a care package. I thought at first maybe he was sick and that he didn't know and that he was going out to gather supplies so that he could quarantine himself inside for 14 days. I was just thinking, but then when I listened to the video, he was just got tested positive and he was still going about his daily day. Now, this is what I heard. No, this is not what I heard. This is what I heard in my heart. You're in class, you're at work, you're at a store, someone's coughing, sneezing, they're not covering up their mouth. So you think ultimately you cough and sneeze and wipe your nose on your sleeve, you want to go home and wash that. We don't have a washer. You want to like take it off, turn it inside out, put it in a bag or something. Like, I don't necessarily want to spray everything because it makes the throat raw, but you kind of want to do something and not just whatever you do in public. Don't go hugging people with the same thing you did that. It was creepy where we do stuff where we touch our arms or sleeves. I feel like it's easier to come home and wash your hands instead of just wear your shirt to bed. Like, I don't know, this weirds me out, but you go to class, you go to school, you go out in public, you go in church, you're in someone's house, they're in your house, they're coughing, sneezing everywhere. You're like, oh my god, don't cough, I don't want to get sick, oh my gosh, how could they should be at home, they shouldn't be out. And then I notice you get sick and you're coughing, oh, it's not that bad, okay, it's bad. Oh my god, I don't have any sick days at work. Oh my god, I'm not allowed to miss class. If I miss class, I fail. If I fail, I get kicked out of school. For me, I was in med school. If I get kicked out of school, there's no chance of paying my loans back. There may be a chance, which it seems again like there's no chance of paying my loans back, but whatever it is what it is. Then it's like, you're not thinking straight. You have like less than 50% brain capacity. For me, when I don't feel well, less than 50% brain capacity. You're the one now, you're coughing, sneezing. You have tissues. You always say, okay, I want to wipe my nose, then wash my hands when I get home. As soon as I'm not going to touch anything. If I'm in a store, I have to blow my nose, so I'm going straight to the bathroom, like open the door, not touch it where I had the tissue, like thinking all this germ control. Then you get sick and you don't even think clearly, and then you're out and about, and then you're still going to work, you're still going to school, you're still coughing and sneezing in public. People are hugging you. And then you're like, oh my god, now I'm that jerk. And part of it is like, you know you're sick, but it was socially unacceptable for you to stay home. And even if it wasn't socially unacceptable to stay home because of your job or your school, you're not allowed to be home because you're gonna lose all your job and your income, become homeless. You're gonna lose your education and lose your career. So then what do you do in that circumstance? What do you do? What do you do in that circumstance? I gotta get a wipe. My arms smell like garlic, guys. What do you do in that circumstance? I'm only gonna use half of it. Because I'm trying to conserve. What do you do in that circumstance if you finally, you know what happened to me? I suffered through the pain. And when I was in med school, if you missed school, you ended up, if you miss school and your kids, so say you're a single person and you're in graduate school and you borrow money That money is designed for one person, not 3 people. If you have an attendance where you're allowed 1 or 2 absences, that's if you're one person. If you're sick, your car breaks down, that's your 1 or 2 absence. But if you're a parent and you're sick, you could take that 1 absence anytime during the term. But what if you have 2 kids? What if they get sick for 2 days? What if they get sick for a week? What if they have strep throat? What if they're throwing up at school and the nurse calls, which happens, or the school council secretary calls? Then what do? You have to go get them. If you have nobody else, if you had a grandma or a neighbor or someone, a babysitter who could go get them, that's a different story. Because then you could say, let me get out of class and go take care of my kid. But they're going to sit in the office and they're going to keep calling you until you come get your kid. They're going to be like, are you here yet? Did you hear that? That was really weird. If you save it for your kids, you hope your kids don't get sick, or they don't call, or something happens where the school closed down because it's a snow day and yours is still open and they won't let you bring your kids to class again. You don't have a babysitter, don't have a neighbor, don't have anyone to watch it for a couple of hours. A couple of hours is not realistic. There'd be school by 12 hours a day, but sometimes some classes they don't take attendance and you might miss a lecture. You don't want to miss a test or anything, but you might miss a lecture. I mean, you can get a short leave of absence. But you used to be able to when I was in like 1st to 2nd year, but 3rd, 4th, 5th year, no. It was like you just are going to fail, which is hard if somebody is really sick or they injure themselves or get in a car accident in the hospital. Like, one class, it's like physical medicine. They want you to know it because you're dealing with people's lives. But there's one class, they said you can go to office hours. If you bring a partner, they'll help you go through it. Or if you're absent on Monday, they may or may not have space for you to go on the Wednesday class because the classes were so small and they only had so many chiropractic tables. So you might be able to squeeze in, but usually you have to bring your own partner. Oh my God. I see my freaking landlord out there. I gotta just stop looking out the window. Sorry, like that old lady. I am, though. I'm used to having my own house. Like, I look out the window all the time, and now it's not my house. I'm really grateful for today. I'm exhausted. I feel grumpy. I feel like I hope that my partner's not grumpy. He doesn't have anything to eat. We haven't gone to the free bread store. I almost want to drop him off tomorrow and go. He's got bread a little bit. He just doesn't have meat or anything like that. So, I don't know. We should probably get some. I mean, he has starch. I don't want him eating starch. He needs protein and stuff. But he does have a little fish. That'll get him through tomorrow. And I'll check. Okay, besides this list, I'm going to write. This is my list. I'm going to write down the date 4/2/2020. So I'm going to put for supplier. I'm going to also add. I'm going to put supplier. I'm going to put bank. Wholesale. I'll just say rent because I can't think of the word. I'll say phone. These are not like the supplier. Like I want to buy something from you and resell it. I just kind of put it all together. So I used to do mind maps and stuff, and I was kind of wishing I had different color. I have 2 different color pens, and I have some highlighters, so I can make it work. I actually probably have blue, black, and purple, so I can make that work. It's hard writing with all purple. I don't know why I write really messy with that pen. I just feel like I want to do some brainstorming. I'm doing all these webinars. I got overwhelmed by webinars about doing telehealth, and I realized I've been pretty close to doing telehealth, distance health, since October. Like, I've actually been doing it. I just had to chart and bill for it. And so there's a lot of things to learn about actually doing the video. But right now, I'm really glad I went for someone under me. I'm really glad I went for a walk. I'm really glad I did my recovery meeting at noon. I said, I sat down with my other notebook and I said, just sit down. Write down a couple codes for a couple noon meetings and make sure you put the time zone because we got stuff coming out of California, Oregon, here. People are talking about New York. I'm sure I'm getting stuff from Central Time. So just write down the time zone. Sit down 10, 15 minutes beforehand because you know it's going to take you a minute to say you have to use the bathroom. Oh, did I charge my phone? Oh, what's the number again? Oh, I need to grab a drink. Oh, I need to grab a banana. So it's good to have 15 minutes. And then I entered in early and people were talking. And I would have stayed for the business reading, but my partner was leaving. So I might do that next time. So there's meetings, people that were living here in my area. And there's people that were in Florida that were on the meeting. And somewhere else, I don't remember where. Those people knew each other, but they didn't know me, and I'm from here. So I'm really glad that somebody gave me this. Oh my God, it's so windy. This Facebook page. So this isn't always anonymous. Stuff's getting recorded. Who knows? But I really feel better. Like I feel like I need to do this once, maybe twice a day. There's a lot of people that aren't in their house alone. And one thing about me being in a house alone, the past 6 months I've been in the house with my partner cooped up. And now we're finally started getting out. Right when this virus started happening, we started getting out. There's one more case in my county where we live in a small part of the world that's rural. So the case I can see turning into New York. And I'm sad to say I'm scared to see that happening. That's just wave across there. What else? I did isolated when I lost my job in 2016 or was it 2015? I think it was the end of 2015, September 2015, right before my birthday. And I was out of work for 6 months, and I was starting a business, and I had no clients, but I was able to do work. But I was taking care of my daughter. Had just got a job a week before I got laid off. Also, when I was with my ex-husband, we were homeless in a tent after our moms died. After I was supposed to graduate, but I didn't because the two requirements I didn't have from Michigan State University, and I didn't have an advisor who would help me get those requirements, so it was very difficult. What else? I used to have a safe deposit box. That bank, it was in a grocery store. That whole thing closed down. All the stuff is in the house. I just got paranoid because I don't even have a digital copy of that stuff. And thumb drives for me, that's probably not a good idea. I'm thinking I'm going to save a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, unless I literally stuck it in a freaking lockbox and put a big orange piece of tape that said keep on it. So, what is the other thing here? I'm gonna do some exercise. I don't really want to do this out of the book, but I feel like I just need to rest. When my partner comes home, it's gonna be tired. Cause if if I rest, this is what I hate. If I rest while this is a long video. If I rest while he rests, it's gonna feel like I just sat around all day and being lazy, even though I've done stuff all day and try to coordinate stuff with the kids and business. I have a lot of business stuff to do, and I have a bunch of I missed a webinar earlier, missed one yesterday. I got replays. I got a whole bunch of replays. Those things don't always last that long, and I want to do some CE. So when I first saw this, and I'm gonna write down the name of this article on top. It's from ET. When I first saw this, I was thinking, I don't know if I clicked on the wrong article. I was thinking that you're gonna be at home, you're gonna do your work, but you're gonna take some correspondence classes. You're gonna take some continuing education like I need to do, and you're gonna get that stuff done while you're not able to be, like, even if you're working 8 hours from home or 6 hours, you don't need to sit in traffic. You don't need to be on the bus. So I was thinking that he was going to talk about use this time to up career skills. I was thinking that you were going to talk about being at home and having to get organized and upload or redoing your resume, even if you don't necessarily need it because you have a job, you have it anyways, and you work on cover letters and how to get a raise, or like say you're a certain type of nurse, how many credits do you need to go up, or what kind of course could you take, Master of Public Health or something, to be a supervisor or director in a facility, and can you do any of that remotely? If you can do it remotely, can you get your tuition waived? And I'm going to talk about that since this is already a long video. Can you get your tuition waived? Now, here's what I'm thinking. If I restart school and we borrow money, then my 25 years of my student loan would restart. And I'm at the max for undergrad too. I'd have to do grad plus. They wouldn't give me any money I was borrowing. They wouldn't even lend me money I needed 12 more credits, and I got a letter saying you're not able to pay for any more credits. I got it like right at spring term. I did drop because my tutor suggests I drop and spend time with my kids and rest before school starts. And if I didn't need the extra classes like OChem 3, my teacher was very sad that I didn't take OChem 3 because it's more like part of the human body. I still have the books at home. I should read them, huh? And I feel like my tutor suggests I take Spanish. I take something fun. I take something useful that you can speak conversational Spanish. I tested super low on Spanish. So that's one thing that I'm thinking. What if I needed that to get into med school? How I would have to borrow from the bank or something, obviously, but how can they stop you one term away from getting to your goal? Like literally telling you this, and you're like, I only borrowed enough money to go to school for 4 years to get a 4-year degree, and I'm 12 credits shy. Like they did that to my daughter too, so she's got the classes she needs, she's going to be 3 or 4 credits more every semester until she graduates that she has to pay out of pocket. So it's kind of weird that that's such a little amount, but that could literally block somebody, and you want to get great grades. You may have a job and not want a job, or you may not have a job because you're like me. I always had a job, but I'm really slow and I need extra time to study, and you're traveling to work and you're doing work and you're having to do projects at home when you're supposed to be studying. It's just a mess. Anyways, I was going to write down, what if I went to school for free? Because I don't want to restart the 25 years over. Do I? Maybe I do. I feel like if I could pay $7,000 a month, my loan would be paid off in 10 years. If I can't pay $7,000 a month because I'm so poor, I pay $0. $7,000 like the minimum. I'd pay $0 because I'm so poor. So that's my range, $0 or $7,000, and that's going to be paid off when I'm about 66 years old. Not paid off, forgiven, which would be over $1 million. So if I went to school for 25 more years, or if I went to school for 9 months, would it restart that 25 years? I graduated in 2014. So that's already 6 years. And that's 1/4 of the way through. Almost 1/4 of the way through. That sucks. So could I borrow money privately and go to take some classes? Do private loan? I don't know. So I'm just going to say went to school, take classes. I'm just going to say RN, I don't know. Masters of Public Health. IT. Computer learning. Forklift, let's just keep it simple. So maybe I could do, what is that training that you do? Bulk rehab. Then you're kind of like on welfare a little bit. I did everything for vote rehab in Oregon, and they denied my application. Or she wrote on a napkin that I did not comply, and I sent her a letter that I did the child care, and I signed up for something, and I did child care. I don't know, what thing to do. I did it and told her, and then she sent me a letter that I was a defiant client and that I would never be able to get voc rehab for the rest of my life. People always say, call someone's supervisor and this and that. Forget it. I really wanted to get trained so I could not be, I mean, if you're willing to go to work and then they deny you, it kind of makes you stuck on welfare. Well, the ultimate thing, but that's also job security for them. They keep people on welfare. I'm gonna look at that for a state, and I'm gonna look up the Obama fund, and I'm gonna take a chance on the Social Security card in the state. I'll check in with what I come up with too. Bye.